So this month I just bought my first car. I upgraded my cell phone. I bought a new laptop. I took myself out on a shopping spree and I made 50,000 Rand in cash within 1 month. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just trying to use this as a physical example of the earning potential that is online, how much you can actually make online if you are dedicated and if you follow my course. Disclaimer number two, 80% of the money that you see in that account has already been used up to buy all of the things that I have mentioned. So if you're my friend or my family member and you're asking me for money, girl, I don't have none. Okay, it's used up, and the 20% that was left was reinvested back into my business. So I am broke, and even if you're thinking of scamming, you can try it, but you won't find anything in that account regardless. Now that that is out of the way, let's start with the course. So identifying business ideas is very easy. It's not difficult. It is the easiest part, right? People think that this is the hardest part, but it's not. It's actually the easiest part. It's the funnest part, because now you get to put your skill set to the forefront and start to, experiment and gloat about what makes you special, right? You sit down, you take a pen and a paper, and you write about all the things that make you special. What are the things that you are most complimented on? For example, I was most complimented on my skin. So because I was complimented on my skin, I then sat down and jotted down all the other things that I can sell pertaining to skin. Because if you're selling something that people already like about you and you turn it into a product, they're more likely to buy because they already like that said thing. So there are some people that are good at cooking. People love their cooking. Some are good at braiding hair. People love how they braid hair. All of us have a unique skill set, right? We all have a unique skill set that makes us us. And some of us have many skill sets and some of us have a few, but a skill set is a skill set. So you take a paper and a pen and you write down what it is you're good at. Write down as many things as possible. And once you're done writing those things down, you then find a way to digitize each skill, and the skill that is the easiest to digitize, then you go for that skill, because then it means that it will be fun for you going forward. Because we as human beings, as much as we like a challenge, we are also kind of lazy. So if we do something that comes naturally to us, it's just easier going forward. It just is. To figure out a business idea, sit down, write down the things that you are good at, every skill set you're good at. It could be cooking, it could be braiding hair, it could be people could be complimenting you on your skin, people could compliment you most on your hair, on your legs, whatever it is that people compliment you on the most. That's how you actually identify a skill. You write that down. Whatever it is people compliment you on the most, write that down. What do people compliment you most on, right? Some people will say like, people don't compliment me on physical things, on tangible things about myself, but they do compliment my heart, they compliment my soul, they compliment my listening skills, they compliment all of those things. You can also turn that into a business. So write that down. Be sure to write that down. If you still don't have an idea as to what it is you're good at, or you don't get much compliments, which I find it hard to believe, but you can't really pinpoint in your mind what it is, what skill set you're good at, go online, go on Google, go on YouTube, and it's not expensive. Go to Google, go on YouTube, just use your data, just like how you use data to call up your friend. Use your data to Google 50 best business ideas that you can start from home. Google that. 50 best business ideas you can start from home. Google that. And from those 50, just take 10 that you're good at and write them down. And once you've written them down, we'll figure out how to digitize them. I will then teach you guys going forward how to digitize whatever skill sets or whatever gift you already have. Once you've written them down, now what you need to do next is find out how, or figure out how to digitize those said businesses. So if you've written like 10 different things, figure out how to digitize them in the sense that you turn them into a digital product for digital consumption. For example, those that are good at cooking, they could either write a cookbook. They could write a cookbook. It's going to be easier for them to sell because they already have a reputation for being really good cooks. So write a cookbook. You can go to Canva. There are so many templates to create a cookbook. It's free of charge. Go to Canva, create a beautiful cookbook, and turn it into a PDF and then sell it online, right? Those of you guys that are saying, I don't really want to do a cookbook and sell it via digital copy because PDFs can be easily stolen, PDFs are not really a reliable source of income, then what you can do is start a blog. And what you do is, with starting a blog, you start a website, And once you started that website, you publish your cookbook on your website. So people come and see your cookbook on your website and they leave your cookbook there. And once it's there, the way you can monetize that website is by it's by being a Google partner. So I am a Google partner right now. I have a blog. Being a Google partner means that you are monetizing your intellectual property through Google by allowing them to run ads on your website. So I allow that. I am a Google partner. Google runs ads on my website. And to apply for that process is it's not hard, it's pretty easy depending on the website that you create. I personally created a GoDaddy website. I created my website on GoDaddy because it has the easiest interface and it's really cheap. Per month I pay like 263 a month, and that's because you can also like buy from my website. You can also buy from my website, so that's why it's 263 per month. But ordinarily my website was like, it was 220 rand. So it has a very cheap plans. Every month it's 220 rand, and the earning potential is really, really great. I'm going to show you guys how much I made from my website this month. I made 1,700 rand and some change. I think 1,740. I'm going to put it up here. And I from that 1,740, I had 11,828 views. So 11,828 views equated to 1,740. But now remember, you guys might look at that as a little bit of money. It's not a lot of money. It's really not a lot of money, but it adds. So when you're online, the secret is doing as many things as possible, because the digital economy is pretty low. Like the earning potential online, if you're doing one thing, is very, very, very low. So the key when you're working online is to do multiple income streams. You need to find ways to digitize as many products as possible in order to make the most amount of money. So 11,000, imagine 11,000 and some change views, it only equals to 1,700 rand and some change on Google. That is not much. But if you put the Google money plus the money from my skincare line, plus the money from my social media, the spiritual work that I do, it all comes together and it equates to a bigger amount of money, a large amount of money. And I also do journalism I use my Twitter as a space where I put up stories, I put up breaking stories. And sometimes when celebrities don't like me putting out that information, they will come to me in private and be like, I don't like that story that you printed about me. I'm going to pay you a lump sum of money for you to take it down because it hasn't gotten a lot of attention. People don't know. It will stay just between us, and they do pay. So it's very important to digitize your skills, whether it be on social media, whether it be on the internet. But digitizing your skills basically means make it consumable online. And once you've done that, you will start seeing money coming in, right? Provided you have a really good marketing plan. So the next phase is obviously the marketing aspect of things. How do you market yourself? I did say on module 1, if you haven't checked it out, please do check it up. It's up somewhere in my YouTube or on my TikTok. But I said on module 1, if you have a social media space that you're already thriving in, you already have an audience on that social media space, and you already have an audience and you have engagement on that social media, it's crucial for you to focus on that audience. It's crucial for you to multiply that audience. You can either get micro influencers, pay micro influencers to share your business once you've created your business, to put your product or your service to introduce your product or service that you're selling to a larger audience, and to also increase your following, because the more your following increases, the more audience you get and the more sales that you can make for the future. So that's why I love using micro influencers. Micro influencers are people that are already doing what you're doing, or they're already doing something that's similar in your niche. For example, if you are a person that is if you have a cooking business, if you get an influencer, if you're going to hire an influencer to market your business, it's not going to be an influencer that's doing things that are in like fashion. You need to get an influencer that's already in your line of work, so that when they introduce you to their following, their larger customer base, that customer base can come to you because you are selling more, and you are doing things that are more in the same you're doing things that are more in line with each other. You share the same values. So people that are on that influencer's page will come to your page because you guys are very similar in the way that you move, right? You're very similar in the way that you move. And if they like that influencer's page, chances are they'll like your page. They will get more followers. And that is an investment on its own. Having micro influencers is the best thing you can do for your business. So even having 2 or 3 that you pay occasionally to basically share your business on their pages will help up your following, whilst also putting your business in the eyes of many people, meaning many people can buy. So number 1 is using micro influencers. Number 2 is using groups. It's very important for you to get into groups, especially if you're on Facebook. If you're on Facebook and you're selling food, get into food groups. If you're on Facebook and you're selling books, get into book clubs. If you're on Facebook, find your community. That's what I wanted to say. Go find your community. Search for people that are doing the exact same thing. They're in the same niche as you. And if they have a lot of followers, follow them and engage with their posts so that their followers can see you. And when they see you, they will come and follow you and come and see your business. And the more followers you get, the more potential customers you get. It's all about that. It's all a numbers game. The more people you can get yourself in front of in terms of social media, the more sales you can get. So after digitizing your product, basically digitizing it means after turning whatever skill set you have into a digital product, whether having a website or whether turning it into a book or whether turning it into even if it's a physical product, because I have a skincare line that's a physical product, and I literally sell it on social media. I sell it through, I send it through Paxi. I have a skincare line, I sell it through Paxi, and I have digital products. The reason why I want you guys to digitize your product as much as possible is because it's easier for a person to buy something digitally than it is for them to buy a product online, because as people, we have convinced ourselves that if you want a product, you need to buy it on nurse's cut, you need to feel it, you need to test it out. You can't just buy something online. So the chances of people actually buying your product online, like a physical product, are lower as opposed to them buying a physical, as opposed to them buying, when compared to them buying a digital product. So if they're going to buy a digital product, it's easier for them to consume that because they know they're going to get that product right now. If they buy a book online, they're going to get that book now. If they buy if they go into your websites and they check out your blog and whatever, they'll do it immediately. So if they buy into your idea and it's digitized, it's easier for you to make money than it is for you to make money on a physical product. So try your best to digitize your products. For example, if you have like 4 different products, digitize 3 and make 1 physical so that you can make as much money as possible whilst also making money from a digital product, right? Because for me, like, I literally make money, like 80% of the money I make is from my digital products, right? Digital products, and then the 20% is from my skincare line. So that's why I even digitized my skincare line. I turned my skincare brand into a website. So now people can go to my website and find skincare tips, which is www.kobaniskuba.shop. They can find those things, and they can also find my books there. And the more they stay on that website, the more Google pays me for the traffic I bring there, and so that they can run ads and. So ultimately, please digitize your skill sets and then market it. Marketing it means using micro influencers, or marketing it means putting it in the eyes of as many people as possible. So either getting micro influencers or getting into group chats or following the people that are already winning within your niche and interacting on a daily basis with their posts, and just research as much as possible. Research about Twitter, research about all the social media platforms out there on YouTube, and while you're researching about them, make it a point to apply the certain keywords that you need to apply to put yourself in front of as many people as possible, because that's how you're going to make as much money as possible. Guys, do not be afraid to research. I promise you, knowledge is power. The more knowledge you have, the more amount of money you can make. So please, ningahlukani no YouTube, just Google. If you get stuck, Google. If you want a private consultation with me, you can WhatsApp me on 07854469954 or 07854469954 for a private consultation, which I charge for. But there's limitless information that's free of charge online. Okay, so I'm done with module 2. I feel like I spoke a lot. On module 3, I will then talk about I will talk about the administration aspect of business. The administration aspect of business, as in like registering your business, SARS, certification, all of those things I'll talk about in module 3. So please do subscribe for more of my videos, and I hope you enjoyed this module. Much love and goodbye.